Hi, Steve and Caleb from Brownells here with some holiday specials for upcoming Father's Day.
Father's Day, Steve. It's that day where it's all about us.
All about us.
It's all about us.
time.
And listen, we're no fools here. We know a lot of y'all out there buying for yourselves. But if you're not, pay attention. If you are, you're still gonna need to pay attention.
You're still in the right place.
Yeah, we got some stuff for both sides of the equation here.
All right. Well, what do you got?
You know what? I'll kick it off. Let's talk about some handheld flashlights.
Okay.
I feel like that's a pretty good Father's Day gift, and
Indispensable for older fathers.
and yeah, absolutely indispensable for everybody, really. So here we have the SureFire EDC1, and this is one of their newer flashlights, all aluminum body, and it's just it's an awesome flashlight, super handy. Has the tactical button on it, so you can do like a momentary and it'll come on, or you can do like a full push and it'll stay on. So, you know who SureFire is. We don't need to get into all that.
Right.
And then that's one that we had here in the studio. I went and got this one out my truck. This is, I want to say, their G2 series of flashlights. I've had this thing forever, and it's indestructible. So, yeah, I'm a dad. I use these too, so you should use one too, I guess. There you go.
You know, I'm never without mine. I've got a Streamlight
this.
Microstream,
Pulling it out.
and that stays clipped in my pocket 24/7. Well, I don't have my pants on at night, but
Oh, Lord.
still, if I need to look at a gun, look at the bore or something, this thing's always there. It takes a AAA battery, and that thing lasts for a year or two. Plenty of light.
Yeah, so if
This
you're,
is what you want with you at the gun show when you're looking at guns.
that's it right there. So if you're thinking about flashlights or you're thinking about Steve with no pants on, we've got you covered here today.
That's right. When you're in one of those dingy halls looking at guns and you can't read the lettering, whip out your little thing and take a gander.
Thought we were still talking about you with no pants on. Didn't know where we were going with that.
Oh, man.
Let's move on now, Steve.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I did flashlights. It's your turn.
Every dad has to have a hammer, no doubt. But this hammer won't hurt your gun if you have to hit it. And sometimes you have to hit your gun.
Sometimes you have to.
Sometimes sparks get a little frozen or something, and you just got to give it a little rap. If you got a Smith & Wesson revolver and you're taking that side plate off, you hold it in your hand and you wrap the grip, and the side plate just floats on up from inertia. You've got a brass side here for like driving punches and that, or extra stubborn parts, but the nylon part's what I use the most.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And there's plenty of times where I've been working on guns and I just had to say stop, hammer time.
And these are replaceable. So if you wear one out, if your nylon gets chewed up, just buy another tip, screw it in, and you're good to go.
Yep, and you will definitely wear it out over time if you use it enough. We've worn out a few here in the studio and had to change them out, but
Yeah.
there you have it.
Hammer.
For a forever hammer, if you will, because of the interchangeable.
I would think so.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about another tool here. One of my favorite tools, actually. This is the Fix-It Sticks Master Set. Now, the Master Set's pretty expensive, all right? What I kind of want to focus on here is their smaller sets, and the Master Set is just a smaller set that's obviously been built up more. So we'll talk about that here. And what you would get if you were to purchase one of the smaller sets is you would get the actual ratcheting handle and extension, and one of these sleeves here, not this one in particular, but one of these plastic sleeves with all the common bit sizes. So this ratcheting driver here, I'll just show you. So the extension is knurled on the top, so whenever you're starting a screw or something like that, you can just turn it by hand because that's just easier and faster. And then you can get on this handle here and torque it down. You have your direction modifier there, so left, right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, depending on what kind of thread you're working with. And it has a metal ring on the top for if you have something stubborn, you need to give it a tap with that nylon hammer. You can do it with this. And also, both directions are also standard socket sizes, so you can use the extension for leverage if needed and get in on something a little more stubborn as well. Super handy tool. Obviously you can get the basic kit, like I said, with just some basic common bits, and then you can get everything in between that size and this big master size, which comes with all the torque limiters and different things like that. So it has really been one of my favorite tools in general this past year. It's a really good kit. And these tools, I mean, they're still working like new, so I'm sold on them because of that.
And they're compact, so you're likely to have them when you need them.
Yeah. Yep.
At the range or whatever.
Yeah, fits. The smaller kits fit in a range bag, and they don't take up any space at all. So.
Well, next up, just ordinary old hex wrenches, or Torx wrenches. You know, just that whole category. You should have some good wrenches to take screws out of your scope mounts on and off, things like that.
Yep.
A lot of guns are coming with optic mounts, and the optics are usually Torx or they're Allen's hex.
Yeah, every dad workbench should have like the stereotypical set of Allen wrenches on it. That's like a starter thing for your dad workbench.
Yeah, and unlike the discount ones at the cut rate tool store,
Yeah.
these don't round over, these don't break, these don't bend. They just take the screw out.
Yeah, they're heat treated properly. They're harder than the screw, unlike the discount store ones where a lot of times you run into like a grade 8 fastener or something that's actually harder than your wrench, your cheap wrench, and it just destroys your wrench. So.
Yep, had that happen. So, good investment.
Yep, so I want to talk about DAKA pouches.
Oh.
So Magpul has been making these DAKA pouches in different shapes and sizes for a little while now. And this is their utility organizer pouch. So you have on the outside this water resistant surface here, or coating. Water resistant zipper as well. So whatever's inside here you can leave out in the rain.
So it falls off the inner tube, you can just grab it and everything in there's going to be dry.
And you can get it in different colors. Orange is a really good color for what you just described.
Yeah.
And then on the inside you have these nylon organizers here. You have this little zipper pouch with the see-through mesh there. And then you have just different organizers on this side here. So this would be really good if you bought the Fix-It Sticks basic kit.
Oh, yeah, sure.
If you wanted to have a little toolkit here.
Fit right in there.
It'd fit right in. Those Allen wrenches would fit in there with it as well. You can do like a little first aid kit, just general admin stuff. There's a lot of uses for this.
Yep, and again, it's likely to be with you when you need it.
There you have it, Magpul DAKA pouches.
All right. Next up, the famous Brownells Magna-Tip screwdrivers.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've been talking about these for years, and I've been using them for a few decades now. Maybe 3 or 4, I don't know. They come in about any size you need for any particular gun. We've got add-on bits for Torx drivers, hex drivers, thin bits, you name it, some specialty drivers. There's different handles. Some of the handles have storage inside. They have a hollow handle, so you can put all your bits for your Smith & Wesson revolver, for example, inside there and have it with you at the range like I do. Really nice tool, guaranteed by Brownells. So every gunsmith has that on his bench. So if it's good enough for them, I think it's a good idea for you.
Yeah, and I mean all these tools here, great for everything, great for working on guns, household projects. You want to like work on your spaceship or whatever.
Yep, these get to work out at the house when I need to drive a screw into anything, basically.
Yeah, or when I'm working on my spaceship,
Yeah.
putting that new XL2 quantum drive in my Drake Cutlass.
Sure.
Buck. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
In spirit.
All right, so yeah, there you have it. That is Steve and Caleb's picks for Father's Day this year. Wait a minute, Steve. The range bag.
The range bag.
The range bag. This is the range bag.
It's a nice range bag. It holds a lot of stuff.
It has that nice tough nylon outside, right? But then it has leather accents that match the
It's got a shoulder strap if it gets too heavy.
with the gold zippers.
Yeah.
They're not like gold, they're brass, but
Brass.
you get it. The accents. This is just it's a good looking range bag. If you wanna show up to the range, and if you're wearing dad shorts and you just need to offset your dad look with something classy and style, this is the thing to do it with.
Yep.
And obviously all these tools will fit in here. But there's a bunch of different pockets. There's a bunch of internal pockets. I'll just kind of show you a little bit here because we use the heck out of this thing because it's awesome. But you have front, back, internal pockets, left and right that are cut to hold pistol mags. It'll hold pretty much any pistol mag.
Right.
Under the top here you can hold additional stuff. We don't.
Sundries.
Yeah, as you can see, we don't keep anything in that pocket, but you certainly can. And then you have these large side compartments. We usually keep ear pro, ammo, whatever in there. And then, of course, a big front pocket with a sweet leather Brownells logo.
Right.
Let me just check that
But
out.
this will hold about all you really want to tote to the range,
Yeah.
other than a target stand or something like that, Guns, ammo, magazines, what have you, they can all go in there. You can have a hammer and a squib rod. You can have your handy dandy tools.
You can.
Your fix-it sticks can go in there.
They'll fit in there.
And there's room for a thermos of coffee in there.
Oh, coffee.
Mhm.
There's room for like one of those mini Mr. Coffee pots in there. If you got power at the range, you just plug that bad boy in.
Cigarette lighter. Boom,
Oh my gosh.
boom.
We need to. We're already planning next year's video.
So that is Steve and Caleb's picks for Father's Day. So, happy Father's Day, everybody. Get yourself something nice. See you next year.